that God is love. We have heard that many a times, and many people have explained in their own ways what is love. But to feel that love is the best way of understanding it. Even if you explain or describe in all details, this is alright. Though it is described in all details, you cannot enjoy love without experiencing it. This experience comes to us because God Himself has placed within us the mechanism to absorb this love and to manifest it. It is a very delicate mechanism within us, extremely delicate. This mechanism is placed in our heart, and by our ignorance, so many times we spoil this mechanism or disturb it, or sometimes even completely destroy it. The light of love is joy. Anything else cannot give you joy. It's only the love that you feel in your heart gives you joy. This mechanism acts in 7 layers within us. In the periphery of these 7 layers, we have got ripples of this joy arising. They come to the shores of our brain and create the bubbles of joy. But again, if the brain is a very rational rock, then these bubbles dissolve, giving no effect to the rock. So a loving person is 1,000 times better than a rational person. But most of the people feel this love only on the periphery of the outermost layer, which is the light of the Muladhara. As you know that Muladhara has got excretory effects, and how important or relieved we feel when our excretions are all right. It's a basic thing. But that relief gives you a kind of a joy and happiness. It's very gross. It's very low type, as they call it, but very important for us to get that joy. But to make this joy not so dominating over all other joys of deeper sensitivity is to be innocent. I know one cannot be innocent, you have to be innocent yourself. But with Sahaja Yoga you can, by clearing your Muladhara. So that's very important that our Muladharas must be clear, our innocence must be established, so that these gross joys do not cover the entire spectrum of our life and make us slaves of these gross joy-giving reliefs. But to clean your Muladhara does not mean by any chance in Sahaja Yoga to get after any kind of obsession and obstruction, but to give a natural release like an innocent child to these ripples which need not go back to all the other layers of joy. You must have seen when the ripples in the ocean touch the shores, they turn back. If the shores are made of very hard rocks, this turning can be very deep and the waves can go much deeper. If the brain is very ego-oriented, is covered with ego, then these joys have a much greater significance in life than normally it is. Innocence is the only way one can neutralize those ripples coming back on the other 6 very important layers. As you go forward, you know, in the second layer is the joy of creativity. In the joy of creativity, when the joy of creativity comes within us, it again comes back to the periphery. For some people it is so important, so maddening to create something. They are mad after it. And they think it is something so important to do, to create some thought, to create some book, to create some artistic impressions or something. For some people it's very important, so they create. And this creativity, when it hits some rational mind, it gives him the same kind of a deeper reaction, that a person starts thinking that he is the greatest of all and whatever he does to the rest of the world is all right as long as he is a great creator of thought or ideas. Such a man can become very, very dogmatic, dominating, and could be tyrannical, because he thinks whatever he does is showing results, showing success according to him. He rationalizes the whole thing and the whole thing goes back much deeper into him, covers all other his chakras. So the neutralizing of this second layer is thoughtless awareness, nirvikar, nirvichar. When your awareness is enlightened, samadhi, and you are in nirvichar state, then whatever you create, you just see it. In thoughtless awareness, you really enjoy whatever you see or whatever you create. You are in thoughtless awareness. That is how it is kept to the periphery. It is important that it should be kept coming on the brain, because brain is the one which which records it. And if the brain is such a solid stuff that it cannot record, it is not sensitive, most of it is lost in giving it a reaction, and the whole joy is finished. For example, you create some painting. You just create it and just look at it without any thought. The complete joy of your heart which you have poured onto that canvas will be filling you completely, and you will feel the flow of joy going down. If creation is done in thoughtless awareness, then it's the most beautiful. Apart from that, it is the most beautiful, it is the most perfect. Because such a painting or such an art or such a creation, such a thought, such a book, such an idea will emit vibrations. The coefficients to emit vibrations will be complete if it is done in thoughtless awareness. That's why those who are realized souls, when they create something or they produce something, you find it easy to find out whether it is giving vibrations or not. Very easy. In the same way, you go to the third very, very important center of your Nabhi. Nabhi, or you can call it the navel chakra. The joy of feeling that you have eaten the food cannot be described. In Marathi they say, आता चांगलं पोट भरलं आमचं. If you are hungry, you won't even take to Sahaja. You won't take to God. Even if God is standing before you, say, first fill my stomach, O God, then I will talk to you. And when you eat the food, the joy you get out of that also goes to the periphery, as usual. If it goes to a rational rock, as I say, then again the effect is deeper. If you start thinking about it, you feel, I have had my food, others must have, and this and that and all those things. And then you think that I must have more of this and more of that. I must have something more to feed my stomach. Now when you are, say, you have a limited stomach, you can't eat months of food. Some people can eat, I don't know. Otherwise somebody will start arguing on that. Some may be eating quite a lot, I don't deny that. But normally people have very limited stomach. Then when your stomach is limited, you start thinking, oh, my stomach is limited, still the joy of the Nabhi chakra is not yet complete. Let me think of something else. So you end up with, maybe with alcohol, because alcohol you think takes no space in the stomach. You think it has a different spacing in the stomach. I've seen people drinking beer. I was surprised you cannot drink so much of water as people can drink beer. It's most surprising. Pints of beer they can go on drinking and they never feel satisfied. At this time, the movement starts towards the left.